Shame is a very painful feeling, my dear. It is not like ordinary sadness. It is not only regret. It is not simply the feeling that something went wrong. Shame goes deeper. Shame whispers, I am wrong. I am not lovable. I am damaged. If people truly saw me, they would leave. And when that whisper lives inside someone for a long time, they may begin to hide even from themselves. So let us sit with this gently today. No force, no judgment, no rushing toward perfection. Just a little light, just a little kindness. Because shame cannot be healed by more shame. It cannot be healed by punishment, hiding, or becoming perfect. Shame begins to heal when love enters the place where you thought love could never go. There is an important difference between guilt and shame. Guilt can sometimes be useful. Guilt says, I did something that was not loving. I made a mistake. I can take responsibility. I can apologize. I can repair. I can choose differently. Guilt is about behavior. It can lead you back to integrity. It can help you grow, but shame is different. Shame does not say, I did something wrong. Shame says, I am wrong. Shame attacks the self. It does not simply look at a choice or a moment. It turns that moment into your identity. It says, because this happened, I am unworthy. Because I made that mistake, I am not good. Because I have this past, this body, this fear, this need, this wound, I must hide. And my dear, that is where the pain becomes so heavy. A mistake can be repaired. A choice can be changed. A wound can be loved. But when shame convinces you that you are the mistake, you stop reaching for repair. You begin hiding. You begin punishing yourself. You may isolate. You may become overly pleasing. You may try to be perfect so no one notices the places where you feel broken. You may smile outside while carrying a secret war within. This is why I want to say something very clearly and very softly. You may have made mistakes, but you are not a mistake. Let that touch the body slowly. You are not a mistake. You are a human being who has lived, learned, hurt, reacted, survived, wanted love, made choices, and carried wounds. Some things may need responsibility. Some things may need repair. Some things may need forgiveness. But none of it requires you to hate your own soul. The deepest wound of shame is that it cuts you away from love. Not only the love of other people, but the love you could give yourself. Shame makes you afraid to look inside. It makes you afraid of your own feelings, afraid of your body, afraid of your needs, afraid of your past, afraid of your tenderness, afraid that if you come close to the truth of yourself, you will find something unlovable there. So instead of listening inwardly, you run outward. You try to become perfect. You try to become more successful, more beautiful, more useful, more pleasing, more controlled, more impressive, more easy to love. You think, if I can just become enough, then I will finally feel safe. But perfection does not heal shame. Perfection only keeps you exhausted. Love heals shame. Not the kind of love that excuses everything and refuses to grow. Not that. Real love is honest. It can see clearly. It can say, yes, this hurt. Yes, this needs healing. Yes, I want to choose differently. But real love does not turn you into an enemy. Real love comes closer. It sits beside the part of you that feels unworthy and says, I am not leaving you here. You do not need to become perfect to be loved. You need to bring love to the part of you that feels unworthy. And when shame becomes too strong, many people isolate. Sometimes they pull away from everyone. They stop calling, they stop answering, they avoid being seen, they avoid gatherings, conversations, intimacy, help. Other times, they are surrounded by people but still isolated inside. They laugh, they work, they perform, they seem fine. But around the heart, there is a wall no one is allowed to cross. Isolation once may have felt like protection. If being seen felt dangerous, hiding made sense. If being vulnerable once led to judgment, silence made sense. If you were shamed for your feelings, your body, your needs, or your mistakes, of course a part of you learned to disappear. So we do not judge the part that hid. We thank it for trying to protect you. But what once protected you can become a prison if you live there too long. The heart was not meant to live alone behind walls forever. You do not have to open the doors all at once. You do not have to tell everyone everything. Safe connection can begin very small. One honest sentence to one safe person. One moment of letting yourself be supported. One breath where you admit, I am hurting. One place where you stop pretending. You may simply say inside, I understand why I protected myself, and now I gently open to safe connection. Let the word gently be very important. Shame does not need to be dragged into the light. It needs to be invited. The wall around the heart can be subtle. A person carrying shame may look strong, successful, cheerful, even inspiring. But inside, there may be a locked room, a room where the old fear lives. The fear that if someone sees the real sadness, the real mistake, the real loneliness, the real need to be loved, they will be disappointed. They will leave. They will judge. They will say, you are not who I thought you were. But true love does not love you because you hide the wound well. True love begins when you no longer have to be alone with the wound. And even before another person can meet you there, you can begin meeting yourself there. Place a hand on your heart, if you can, not to fix anything, just to make contact. Ask softly, where do I feel ashamed? Maybe the answer comes as a memory. Maybe as a tightness in the chest. Maybe as a heaviness in the stomach. Maybe as an old sentence someone once said to you. Do not force it, just listen. Shame has been waiting for gentleness. This is how self-compassion brings you back to yourself. Shame says, why are you like this? Self-compassion asks, where are you hurting? Shame says, hide this. Self-compassion says, let me sit with you. Shame says, you are too much. Self-compassion says, your feelings make sense. Shame says, no one could love this part. Self-compassion says, I will begin by loving this part. And slowly you stop being a stranger to yourself. You begin to know what you need. You begin to hear the sadness underneath the pleasing. You begin to hear the anger underneath the silence. You begin to hear the exhaustion underneath the performance. You begin to notice what hurts, what feels good, what feels true, what feels too heavy, what your body has been trying to tell you. You do not have to become easy to love. You are allowed to become real. My dear, shame may have made you hide, but love is calling you home. Not all at once, not violently, not by demanding perfection. Love calls softly. It says, come back to your body. Come back to your heart. Come back to the truth. Come back to the part of you that still believes it is unworthy. Bring that part with you. We are not leaving it behind. And in the next part, we will go deeper into how self-compassion actually heals shame. How to speak to the ashamed part, how to stop punishing yourself for being human, and how to begin loving yourself again with tenderness and honesty. Let's talk about self-compassion, my dear, because shame is not healed by the same voice that made you feel ashamed. Shame already knows how to be cruel. It already knows how to point at the most tender place inside you and whisper, "This is why you are not enough. This is why you should hide. This is why no one would love you if they truly knew." So when we come to heal shame, we cannot come with another whip. We cannot come with another list of reasons why we should have known better, done better, been better, looked better, chosen better, spoken better, healed faster. We must come with a different presence, a warmer presence. A truthful presence, yes, but one that does not destroy the heart while trying to help it grow. Self-compassion is often misunderstood. Some people hear the word compassion and think it means excusing everything. They think it means refusing responsibility, blaming everyone else, saying every action was right, or letting yourself remain in patterns that hurt you and others. But that is not compassion. That is avoidance. Real self-compassion is not blind. It is not careless. It does not turn away from truth. In fact, self-compassion helps you look at truth more clearly because you no longer have to collapse under the belief that every mistake makes you unlovable. You can take responsibility without attacking your own soul. That is a very important sentence to understand. Responsibility says, I see what happened. I see what I did. I see what hurt. I see where I need to repair. I see where I need to grow. Shame says, because this happened, I am bad. Because I did this, I am not worthy. Because I have this past, I do not deserve love. Responsibility opens the door to healing. Shame locks the door and then blames you for being trapped. Many people believe that if they stop being harsh with themselves, they will stop growing. They think self-criticism is the engine of change. But ask yourself honestly, has hating yourself ever truly made you whole? Has calling yourself names ever made your heart peaceful? Has replaying the past with cruelty ever made you wiser in a loving way? Perhaps it made you afraid. Perhaps it made you hide. Perhaps it made you perform better for a little while. But inside, did it make you feel safe enough to become real? Sustainable change comes from love. It comes when you can say, I do not want to repeat this pattern, and I will help myself change. It comes when you stop treating yourself like an enemy and begin becoming a steady presence for yourself. It comes when the body no longer has to defend itself against your own thoughts. It comes when truth can enter without being wrapped in humiliation. So let us speak about the foundations of self-compassion. Not as a rigid method, not as a test, not as another spiritual assignment you must complete perfectly. Think of them as gentle supports under the heart. Places you can return to when shame rises and tries to pull you into hiding. The first foundation is awareness. Awareness is the moment you notice, something in me is being covered by shame right now. This is simple, but it is powerful because shame often pretends to be the truth. It does not always announce itself as shame. It says, you are disgusting. You always ruin things. No one could handle the real you. You should not have needs. You should not be seen. You are behind everyone else. You are too much. You are not enough. And if you do not pause, those sentences may feel like reality. But the moment you name shame, you create space. You are no longer completely swallowed by it. You become the one who notices. You may say quietly, "This is shame speaking." That one moment is a doorway. You do not have to believe every cruel thought just because it appears in the mind. A thought can be loud and still not be true. A feeling can be intense and still not define you. Shame can pass through the body without becoming your identity. Awareness does not require you to fix everything instantly. It simply says, "I see what is happening." Maybe your chest tightens. Maybe your face gets hot. Maybe you want to disappear. Maybe you feel the old urge to isolate, over-explain, please, punish yourself, or become perfect. Notice it, not with judgment, with curiosity. Ah, this is what shame feels like in my body. This is the old voice. This is the old fear. When you can see it, you are already beginning to separate from it. The second foundation is kindness. Shame heals by receiving a voice it has not heard enough. A kind voice, a motherly voice, a voice that can come close to pain without making pain worse. Imagine a small child standing before you, trembling, ashamed, afraid to look up. Imagine, she says, "I did something wrong. I feel bad. I think no one will love me now." Would you lean over her and say, "Yes, you are terrible. You should hide. You should punish yourself forever"? No, my dear. Not if your heart is awake. You would soften. You would kneel down. You would say, "Come here. Let us breathe. You are hurting. We will look at this together." This is the voice you are learning to give yourself. Kindness does not erase accountability. It creates enough safety for accountability to be possible. When the nervous system feels attacked, it often freezes, hides, defends, denies, or collapses. But when it feels held, it can begin to look. It can begin to say, "Yes, I see what happened." This is why kindness is not weakness. Kindness is the atmosphere where real change becomes possible. You might try mirror work in a very soft way. Stand before the mirror, not to criticize the body, not to inspect the face, not to search for proof of inadequacy, but to meet the person who has carried so much alone. Look into your own eyes and say, "I love you. I am sorry you have carried this alone. I am here now." If "I love you" feels too far away today, say something smaller and still true. "I am willing to be kind to you. I will not attack you today. I can see that you are hurting." Even the smallest kind sentence can become medicine when it is repeated with sincerity. The third foundation is common humanity. Shame loves to isolate. It tells you only you are like this. Only you have made mistakes. Only you have these feelings. Only you are messy inside. Everyone else is normal. Everyone else has figured life out. You are the one who should hide. This is one of shame's most painful lies. Every human being has tender places. Every human being has made choices they later understood differently. Every human being has felt afraid, inadequate, embarrassed, rejected, needy, lonely, or lost. Everyone has an inner room they do not show the whole world. Everyone has moments they wish they could redo. Everyone is learning something. When you remember that you are human, not a perfect project, the heart begins to soften. You stop feeling exiled from the human family. You begin to say, I am not the only one who has known this kind of pain. I am not the only one who has struggled to love myself. I am not the only one who has hidden. This does not minimize your experience. It places your experience back inside the great tenderness of being human. There is relief in remembering, I am human. I am learning. I belong to life. You do not belong only when you are polished. You do not belong only when your past is spotless. You belong while you are becoming. You belong while you are repairing. You belong while you are learning how to speak to yourself with less cruelty. The fourth foundation is safe connection. Shame grows in darkness and silence. It loves secrets. It loves hiding. It loves the belief that if anyone knew, they would leave. And sometimes, yes, you must be discerning. Not everyone deserves access to your softest truth. Not everyone has the maturity to hold pain gently. Some people will judge, gossip, minimize, rush, compare, or use your vulnerability as a weapon. So choose carefully, but do not let unsafe people convince you that no safe people exist. Healing shame often requires some kind of safe connection. One kind person, one mature listener, one therapist, one support group, one spiritual companion, one friend who can sit with you without turning your pain into a performance. You do not need to tell your whole life story to everyone. You may only need one place where you do not have to pretend. Safe connection says, you can be seen here, and you will not be destroyed. It teaches the body that visibility does not always equal danger. It teaches the heart that honesty can be met with care. Sometimes healing begins with one sentence spoken aloud. I have been ashamed of this. And when the person listening remains kind, something old begins to loosen. The inner wall cracks just enough for light to enter. If you do not have that person yet, begin by becoming a safer person for yourself. Write, pray, speak gently, seek support when you can. Allow the possibility that safe connection exists, even if your past did not give you enough of it. The fifth foundation is loving action. Self-compassion must eventually become something you do, not in a rushed way, not to prove healing, but because the body needs evidence that you are on your own side. A loving action might be drinking water when you have been neglecting yourself. It might be resting instead of punishing yourself with more exhaustion. It might be writing a letter of forgiveness to yourself. It might be apologizing to someone you hurt, not from shame, but from integrity. It might be setting a boundary. It might be telling the truth. It might be asking for professional help. It might be calling a safe friend. It might be choosing not to replay the same memory for another hour. Each loving action says to the body, I am no longer my own enemy. This is very powerful. Shame often makes us freeze. We stay in the same mental room, repeating the same sentence, hurting ourselves with the same image. A loving action opens the window. It brings movement. It does not have to be large. In fact, small is often better. Shame is heavy. Small actions are easier for the heart to trust. One shower, one meal, one honest paragraph, one phone call, one boundary, one breath, with a hand on the heart. Now let us bring this into a writing practice. I want you to imagine the part of you that feels ashamed. Maybe it is a younger version of you. Maybe it is you at a certain age, in a certain room, after a certain moment. Maybe it is not clear. That is all right. Take a piece of paper and begin. Dear one, I know you feel ashamed. Do not try to sound wise. Do not try to write beautifully. Write like someone sitting beside a frightened child. Then answer these 4 lines. What you are feeling is, let the truth come. Maybe it is fear, embarrassment, regret, loneliness, humiliation, or the ache of feeling unlovable. Then write, what you needed then was maybe protection, guidance, comfort, a patient adult, someone to say, this moment is not your whole identity. Then write, what I want you to know now is, let your kinder self speak. Maybe she says, you were learning, you were hurting, you did not know what you know now. You are not bad. And finally write, from today, I will love you by. This is where love becomes real. I will stop calling you names. I will get help. I will let you rest. I will stop hiding this from every safe person. I will make amends where I can. I will not leave you alone with this memory anymore. When you finish, place a hand over the page. Breathe. You may whisper, I forgive myself for not knowing then what I know now. And if forgiveness feels impossible today, do not force it. Say, I am willing to move toward forgiveness. Willingness is already a softening. Now, my dear, we must speak of the inner child, because many roots of shame began when we were small. A child who is criticized too much may begin to believe, I am wrong. A child who is ignored may think, my needs are too much. A child who is compared may think, I am not good enough as I am. A child who is humiliated may learn to hide. A child who is abandoned emotionally may believe love is something to earn. Children do not have the adult mind to understand. The people around me are limited. Their behavior is not my identity. Children often turn pain inward. They think, if I were better, I would be loved better. If I were easier, I would be kept. If I were perfect, I would be safe. That child may still live inside you. So when shame appears today, perhaps it is not only the adult you, perhaps it is the small one, afraid again that she will be rejected, exposed, laughed at, left, compared, or told she is too much. Do not scold her. Do not tell her to grow up faster. She has already been alone with fear for long enough. Imagine holding her. Imagine sitting beside her on the floor. Imagine telling her, you are not bad. You are not too much. You are safe with me now. Let this be simple. Inner child healing is not always dramatic. Sometimes it is simply choosing not to repeat the old cruelty toward yourself. Sometimes it is feeding yourself, resting, listening, saying, no wonder this hurts. The child within does not heal because you force her to become mature. She heals because you give her the love, patience, and protection she needed then. This is how we move from self-criticism to self-tenderness. Many people think if they stop criticizing themselves, they will stop improving. But self-criticism often creates contraction. It makes you defensive. It makes you hide. It makes you exhausted. It may produce short-term performance, but it rarely produces lasting peace. Self-tenderness is different. It allows you to look at the truth without collapsing. You can be honest and kind at the same time. You can say, I want to change, without saying, I hate myself. You can say, I need to repair this, without saying, I am beyond love. You can say, this pattern hurts me, without turning yourself into a villain. You do not need to hate yourself in order to grow. You need to love yourself enough to choose better. Let us practice for a moment. Place your hand on your heart if that feels safe. Let your shoulders drop. Let the jaw soften. Take a slow breath in and release it. Imagine a soft light around your heart, not bright and sharp, but warm, like a loving presence sitting beside you. Say quietly, this is a moment of shame. Notice how different that is from saying, I am shame. You are not the shame. You are the one noticing it. Then say, shame is painful, but it is not the truth of who I am. Let the body hear that. I am human. I am learning. I choose kindness now. If you feel tears, let them come. Tears often arrive when the heart hears kindness after a long season of attack. You may add, I forgive myself for carrying this alone. I am willing to love myself again. Again, if forgiveness feels too big, let willingness be enough. Healing does not need force. It needs presence, my dear. Shame may have made you hide from the world, from people, and from yourself. It may have told you that you were broken, that you had to be perfect, that you had to keep certain parts locked away, that your needs were too much, that your past made you unworthy. But you do not need to hide forever. You are not broken. You are recovering from places that were never loved properly. You are recovering from harshness, from silence, from comparison, from being misunderstood, from being too young to know how to protect yourself, from old words that became inner voices, from moments when you needed love and received judgment. Recovery takes tenderness, and you can learn this tenderness now. You can name shame when it speaks. You can answer it with a kinder voice. You can remember that you are human. You can find safe connection. You can choose one loving action each day. You can write to the ashamed part of you. You can hold the child within. You can grow through love rather than self-punishment. As you practice, you may notice small changes. Perhaps you look in the mirror a little longer without turning away. Perhaps you tell one safe person a little more truth. Perhaps you stop replaying a memory with the same cruelty. Perhaps you apologize without destroying yourself. Perhaps you rest. Perhaps you breathe. Perhaps you catch shame in the moment and say, I know this voice. I do not have to follow it all the way down. These are not small things. These are signs that love is returning. Healing shame is not one grand event. It is many small moments of not abandoning yourself. Many moments of choosing tenderness where you once chose attack. Many moments of telling the truth without making yourself unworthy. Many moments of remembering that you are more than what shame says. So today, be kind to the part of you that thought it had to disappear to be loved. Be kind to the part that made mistakes. Be kind to the part that still feels embarrassed. Be kind to the child who needed protection. Be kind to the adult who is trying to learn a new way. Be kind to the body that has carried all of this. You are not beyond love. You are not outside healing. You are not the worst thing you have done, the hardest thing you have lived, or the cruelest thing shame has ever said about you. You are a human being returning to love. And perhaps, for today, that is enough. Tomorrow, you can take another breath, another kind step, another small return. But for now, let the heart rest in this. You do not need to become perfect to be loved. You are allowed to bring love to the very place that feels unworthy. That is where healing begins. I invite you now, my dear, to soften your shoulders, unclench your hands, and take one gentle breath with me. Not because you have to give up on what you desire, not because your dream is wrong, not because the thing you want is impossible, but because sometimes the heart becomes so tired from holding, checking, waiting, and fearing that it forgets how to receive. So breathe in slowly, and as you breathe out, let the body hear these words. You do not have to grip life so tightly for life to love you. Perhaps you've been asking for something for a long time, a relationship that feels safe, a message, a sign, a breakthrough, a healing, a new opportunity, a financial change, a door to open, a person to return, a dream to finally become real. And perhaps you have done everything you knew how to do. You affirmed, you visualized, you prayed, you imagined, you tried to stay positive, you watched for signs, you checked the phone, you checked the timing, you checked your energy, you checked whether you were doing it right, and somehow, the more you checked, the heavier it became. The more you tried to control the path, the farther away peace felt. And I want to say this to you very gently. Maybe you do not need to try harder today. Maybe you need to soften. Maybe the thing you desire is not running from you. Maybe it simply needs space to enter your life without being squeezed by fear. The universe cannot place a gift into hands that are clenched in fear. Let that be soft in your body. Hands clenched in fear may be full of desire, but they are also full of tension. They say, I must have this now. It must come this way. It must happen through this person. It must arrive by this date. It must look exactly like the image in my mind, or I will not be okay. And that, my dear, is not trust. That is panic dressed as devotion. When you surrender, you are not saying, I do not want this anymore. You are saying, I release the desperate energy around this desire. You are saying, I no longer let this outcome decide my worth. You are saying, I am willing to receive this good or something even more aligned in a way my mind cannot yet understand. This is the beginning of peace. Control often comes from an old belief that says, if I do not worry, everything will fall apart. If I do not check, I will lose it. If I do not push, nothing will happen. If I do not manage every detail, life will forget me. And I understand why this belief can feel true. Perhaps there were times when you had to be alert. Perhaps you had to anticipate people's moods. Perhaps you had to work hard for love, safety, approval, or stability. Perhaps waiting once felt dangerous, and so now your body believes that control is protection. But control can become exhausting. It can take a beautiful desire and wrap it in so much fear that the desire no longer feels like joy. It feels like survival. You wake up thinking about it. You go to sleep thinking about it. You replay conversations. You search for signs. You wonder if you did something wrong. You compare your timeline. You ask, why not yet? What does this mean? Am I being punished? Am I not enough? My dear, this is not the energy of faith. This is the energy of scarcity pretending to be action. Scarcity says, there is only one way. Trust says, life has many ways. Scarcity says, it must be this person, this door, this exact path. Trust says, what is truly meant for me can reach me in a peaceful and healthy way. Scarcity says, if I let go, I will lose it. Trust says, when I let go of fear, I make room for what belongs. Say softly, I release the need to control. I allow life to work in ways greater than my fear. Let your breath move with that sentence. You do not need to control every unseen movement. You do not need to arrange every person, every moment, every sign, every outcome. You are allowed to participate in your life without trying to dominate life itself. The human mind is beautiful, but it is limited. It can only imagine through what it has known. It looks at the past and tries to build a future from old materials. It says, this is the only way. This is the only person. This is the only opportunity. This is the only timing. If it does not happen like this, I will not be happy. But infinite intelligence, life, the universe, the deep wisdom moving through all things sees more than the mind can see. The mind may see one closed door. Life may see protection. The mind may see one delay. Life may see preparation. The mind may see one rejection. Life may see redirection toward a better match. The mind may see one person not choosing you. Life may be guiding you back to yourself so that love can meet you from a healthier place. Sometimes we become so attached to the form that we block the essence. We want love, but we insist it must come from one person who cannot love us well. We want abundance, but we insist it must come through one door, while another door is quietly opening. We want healing, but we insist it must happen on our timeline, while the body is asking for patience, rest, and gentleness. We want success, but we insist it must look like someone else's path, while our own path is being built in a different rhythm. When you are too rigid about how good must come, you may close yourself to better good. Say, I allow good to come to me in ways I cannot yet imagine. This is not a small affirmation. This is freedom. It opens the windows of the mind. It tells the heart you do not have to know every route. You do not have to map every blessing. You can be available. You can be guided. You can let life surprise you. Surrender does not mean you sit still and do nothing. That is not surrender. That is avoidance. Surrender is not giving up your dream, abandoning your responsibility, or waiting passively for the sky to do everything for you. Surrender is loving action without desperate attachment. It is planting the seed and caring for the soil without digging it up every morning to see if roots have appeared. You still do your part. You study. You work. You send the message when the message is aligned. You build the skill. You care for the body. You heal the wound. You set the boundary. You open your heart. You create. You apply. You pray. You listen. You take the next honest step, but you do not make your worth depend on the speed of the result. You do not punish yourself because the flower has not bloomed yet. You do not scream at the seed because it is still underground. You say, I do my part with love, and I release the outcome to life. There is such peace in that sentence. It gives you back your responsibility without giving you the weight of controlling everything. Your part is love. Your part is honesty. Your part is willingness. Your part is the next step. Life's part is timing, arrangement, hidden movement, divine meetings, unexpected doors, and the wisdom you cannot see yet. This is the balance of surrender, responsibility, and trust. Without responsibility, surrender becomes passivity. Without trust, action becomes anxiety. But when the two meet, you become powerful and peaceful at the same time. You act, but you do not chase. You desire, but you do not beg. You prepare, but you do not obsess. You hope, but you do not abandon today. You love the dream, but you do not lose yourself inside the waiting. My dear, the thing you want may be beautiful, but your peace must not be sacrificed at its altar. Your desire is not meant to become a prison. It is meant to open you. It is meant to teach you faith, softness, self-worth, patience, courage, and deeper trust in life. So today, take your desire in your hands for a moment. Imagine holding it gently, not gripping, not squeezing, not demanding, just holding. Look at it with love and say, I bless you. I welcome you if you are for my highest good. I release the fear around you. I allow life to bring you, transform you, or replace you with something even more loving. Feel how different that is. When the hands soften, the heart can breathe again. When the heart breathes, the energy changes. And when the energy changes, life has more room to move. Let these words rest inside you. I release the need to control. I allow life to work in ways greater than my fear. I allow good to come to me in ways I cannot yet imagine. I do my part with love, and I release the outcome to life. And in the next part, my dear, we will go deeper into the signs that you are gripping too tightly, how to recognize the energy of desperation, and how to return to the peaceful state where the universe can finally begin working with you instead of being pushed by your fear. And once you begin to understand that surrender is not giving up, my dear, something inside you can finally breathe. Because for so long, perhaps you have believed that if you stop fighting, life will fall apart. If you stop checking, you will lose the opportunity. If you stop watching every sign, the universe will forget your request. If you stop gripping the person, the dream, the money, the timing, the answer, then everything you want will slip away. But what if the opposite is true? What if the gripping is what has been exhausting you? What if the tightness is not protecting the dream, but keeping your body in fear? What if peace is not the end of your desire, but the space where your desire can finally come closer? This is where we must speak about acceptance. Acceptance is such a misunderstood word. Many people think acceptance means defeat. They think it means, I like this, I want this, I agree with this, I will do nothing. No, my dear. Acceptance does not mean the present moment is perfect. Acceptance simply means you stop fighting the fact that this is the present moment. You stop spending your precious life force arguing with what is already here. So much suffering does not come only from the circumstance itself. It comes from the inner war around the circumstance. This should not be happening. I should not be here. They should not have done that. This must change immediately. I cannot be okay until this is mean, different. And each one of these thoughts may feel understandable. Of course the heart wants relief. Of course the mind wants certainty. Of course the body wants the pain to end. But when you fight reality in every breath, you lose the energy you need for the next wise step. Acceptance says, "This is here now. I may not love it. I may not understand it. I may still feel sad, angry, afraid, or disappointed, but I will stop beating myself against the wall of this moment. I will breathe. I will look. I will listen. I will choose from here." That is not weakness. That is wisdom. Acceptance is not defeat. Acceptance is the doorway to peace. Say gently, "I accept this moment, and from this peace, I can choose again." Feel the difference in that. You are not saying, "I will stay here forever." You are saying, "I will stop wasting my energy denying that I am here now." From resistance, you react. From peace, you choose. From panic, you grasp. From acceptance, you see. When you stop fighting what is, energy returns. The mind clears a little. The body releases a little. The next step becomes visible. A conversation you need to have. A boundary you need to set. A rest you need to take. A truth you need to admit. A door you need to let close. A new possibility you could not see while you were busy arguing with reality. And this is where trust begins to grow. Not the shallow kind of trust that says everything must happen exactly how I want, but the deeper trust that says life is not against me. Life may be guiding me in ways I cannot yet understand. This is the trust in infinite intelligence, the loving wisdom of life that is greater than the personal mind. The mind sees a fragment. Life sees the whole pattern. The mind sees one delay. Life sees preparation. The mind sees one rejection. Life sees redirection. The mind sees one closed door. Life sees protection from a room where your spirit would have become smaller. When you begin to believe that life is for you, you stop interpreting every delay as punishment. You stop saying, "Why is life doing this to me?" and begin asking, "What is life teaching me here? What is this preparing me for? What is this protecting me from? Where am I being invited to trust more deeply? Where am I being asked to grow beyond the small plan my fear created?" Infinite intelligence does not always follow the schedule of the ego. It does not always deliver the person, the answer, the money, the opportunity, or the breakthrough in the exact form you demanded. But again and again, it invites you back to love, back to growth, back to what is more honest for your soul, back to a version of you that can receive without losing yourself. Say softly, "Life is for me. Life is guiding me. Life knows the way." Let this be a hand on your heart. Life is not against me. Life is not forgetting me. Life knows the way. Even here, even now, even when my mind cannot yet see the whole path, now, my dear, there is a very practical way to work with surrender. When an unwanted result appears, do not rush immediately into blame. Do not say, "This means I failed," or "They ruined everything," or "Life is unfair," or "Nothing works for me." Instead, look at your reaction. Your reaction is a doorway. It reveals the belief that is asking to be healed. If you panic, perhaps underneath is the belief, "I am not supported." If you become jealous, perhaps underneath is the belief, "There is not enough good for me." If you cling to someone, perhaps underneath is the belief, "I will be abandoned." If you become angry when things do not go your way, perhaps underneath is the belief, "I am not safe unless I control the outcome. If you collapse when a door closes, perhaps underneath is the belief, this was my only chance. The circumstance is not only showing you the outside situation, it is illuminating the inner program. And this is very loving, though it may not feel comfortable at first. Because once you can see the program, you are no longer completely ruled by it. You can say, my reaction reveals the belief that is ready to be healed. This changes everything. Instead of shaming yourself for reacting, you become curious. You ask, what did this touch in me? Why does this feel so frightening? What am I afraid will happen if I do not control this? What meaning did my mind add? The reaction is not the enemy. It is a messenger. It shows you where fear has been sitting behind the wheel. So the first step is to identify the reaction in the body. Do not start with the story. Start with sensation. When the message does not come, where do you feel it? Does the chest tighten? Does the stomach drop? Do the shoulders lift? Does the throat close? Does the jaw harden? Does the body want to run, freeze, fight, please, explain, or chase? The body speaks before the mind explains. Listen there first. Place your hand over your heart and say, I see my reaction. I do not judge it. I listen to it. This is very tender. You are not saying the reaction must control you. You are saying it deserves to be heard. You are creating space between you and the reaction. You are no longer inside the storm believing every lightning flash. You are the loving awareness watching the storm move through. Then ask, what am I truly feeling? Not the dramatic surface, but the honest feeling. Fear, grief, shame, loneliness, powerlessness, disappointment, jealousy, anger. Then ask, what am I afraid of? And finally, what am I trying to control? These questions are not here to punish you. They are here to free you. The second step is to find the core belief behind the control. Every time we over-control, there is usually an old belief trying to keep us safe. I am not safe unless I know everything ahead of time. If I relax, I will be hurt. No one helps me. I must carry everything alone. Good things are difficult for me. If I am not chosen, I am nothing. If I do not make this happen, nothing good will come. Do not hate these beliefs. They may have protected you once. They may have helped you survive uncertainty, disappointment, instability, or abandonment. They may be old guards standing at the gate of your heart, trying to prevent more pain. So we do not attack them. We thank them, and then we choose a larger truth. You may say, I lovingly release the old belief that I must control everything to be safe. Let the word lovingly matter. You are not ripping the belief away. You are loosening it. Thank you for trying to protect me, but I am learning a new way. I do not have to control everything to be safe. I can listen. I can choose. I can ask for support. I can trust life. I can take one step at a time. The third step is to make a new decision, not just a new affirmation. Affirmations are beautiful, but if the deeper part of you has not decided to leave the old belief, the affirmation may sit on the surface like a thin coat of paint over a deep wound. A decision is different. A decision changes the direction of energy. It says, I am no longer negotiating with this old story. You might say, from today, I decide to believe that life is supporting me. Or, from today, I decide not to cling to what steals my peace. Or, from today, I decide to act in love and release the outcome. Or, from today, I decide that I am worthy, whether this arrives quickly or slowly. The decision does not mean you will never feel afraid again. It means fear is no longer the authority. Say, I decide to trust life more than I trust my fear. Feel the strength in that, not harsh strength, quiet strength. A strength that says, fear may speak, but it will not rule me. Fear may knock, but I do not have to open the door and give it the whole house. I can listen, breathe, and choose again. The fourth step is to look for evidence of the new belief. The old mind will continue searching for evidence of fear. It is trained to do that. It will say, see, this is not working. See, you are alone. See, you should worry. So you must lovingly train your attention to find support, not in a fake way, not by pretending, by noticing what is actually there. Every day, write down small pieces of evidence that life is working for you. A person who messaged at the right time, a little opportunity, a new idea, a delay that protected you from a mistake, a closed door that gave you relief later, a moment when peace returned, a conversation that brought clarity, a sudden strength you did not know you had, a sign of progress so small you almost ignored it. Say, I look for evidence that life is working for me, and I find it everywhere. What you look for begins to grow in your awareness. If you look only for danger, you will find reasons to stay afraid. If you look for support, you will begin to see that support has been arriving in quiet ways all along. Now, how do you know you are surrendering in a healthy way? You still act, but you are not acting from panic. You still care, but your body is not constantly clenched around the outcome. You no longer check every few minutes. You no longer build your whole identity around one person, one way, one timing, one result. You begin to feel peaceful even before you have complete proof. You can say, I want this, and I also trust that life may bring something better, wiser, or more aligned. This is surrender, not coldness, not indifference, not giving up. It is openness. It is willingness. It is guidance. It is freedom. I am open, willing, guided, and free. Some people are afraid to surrender because they think surrender means losing the dream. But my dear, when you surrender, you do not lose what is truly meant for you. You lose the fear that has kept you small. You lose the obsession. You lose the constant tension. You lose the belief that one outcome must arrive before you are allowed to feel worthy. You lose the habit of abandoning yourself while waiting for something outside to save you. When the result no longer decides your value, you become lighter. You become brighter. You become easier to meet, easier to guide, easier to bless. Your hands open. Your energy softens. Your heart becomes available again. And what is truly for you can meet you without requiring you to betray yourself. Say gently, what is truly mine can meet me in peace. If it requires you to destroy your peace, abandon your dignity, silence your body, or live in constant fear, then pause. Something is asking for healing. What belongs to love can come through love. What belongs to your soul does not need you to become smaller to keep it. Now let us practice. Place one hand on your heart. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. Take a slow breath in, and as you breathe out, feel the body release even one small layer of holding. Ask yourself gently, what am I trying to control because I am afraid? Let the answer come. A person, a timeline, money, a message, a decision, a future, your body, your healing, the way others see you. Now ask, what old belief is telling me I am not supported? Perhaps it says, I have to do everything alone. Perhaps it says, good things leave. Perhaps it says, if I stop trying, I will be forgotten. Just notice. Do not judge. This is a belief asking for love. Now repeat slowly. I surrender my fear. I do my part with love. I release the outcome. I allow life to work in ways I cannot see. I trust infinite intelligence. I am guided, supported, and protected. The universe is working for me now. Imagine now that the thing you desire is resting in your hands. See it as a glowing ball of light. A relationship, an opportunity, a healing, a home, a financial blessing, a new beginning, a dream. Hold it gently. Feel how precious it is. And now, instead of squeezing it, place it into the hands of life. Imagine a great loving light receiving it from you, not taking it away, caring for it, arranging it, purifying it, timing it, protecting it, transforming it if needed into something even more aligned, and then turn back toward your own heart. This is important. After you surrender the desire, you do not abandon yourself. You come home. You care for your body. You drink water. You rest. You take the next step. You speak kindly. You live today. You let your life be more than the waiting. My dear, surrender does not make you powerless. Surrender returns your power to the only place where it truly belongs, the present moment, your loving action, your inner peace, your willingness to trust life beyond fear. Let these words remain with you. I accept this moment, and from this peace, I can choose again. Life is for me. Life is guiding me. Life knows the way. I decide to trust life more than I trust my fear. What is truly mine can meet me in peace. And as you move forward, remember this: you are not releasing the dream. You are releasing the trembling hands that thought they had to hold the whole universe together. You are letting life help you now. Hello, my dear. I want you to take a soft breath with me before we begin. Not a perfect breath, not a forced breath, just one gentle breath that says to the body, I am here with you now. Perhaps you have been feeling tired in a way that sleep does not fully repair. Perhaps there are aches in the body, heaviness in the chest, tension in the shoulders, or a quiet fear about your health that you do not always say out loud. Perhaps you have looked at your body and thought, why are you doing this to me? Why do I not have the energy I used to have? Why do I feel so different now? And if that is where you are, I want to speak to you with great tenderness. Your body is not your enemy. Your body is not betraying you. Your body is asking to be loved in places that may have been ignored for a very long time. The body speaks in many ways. Sometimes it speaks through tiredness, sometimes through pain, sometimes through tension, weakness, restlessness, or the need to slow down. And very often, instead of listening, we become frightened. We judge the body. We push it harder. We say, "You should be stronger. You should heal faster. You should not feel this." But the body does not heal through criticism. The body softens when it feels safe. It responds to the atmosphere we create within ourselves. Every cell in your body responds to the atmosphere you create within yourself. So today, we are not going to attack the body. We are going to bless it. We are going to speak to it as a dear friend. We are going to fill it with healing light, not as a demand, but as an offering of love. Healing light is a beautiful image, my dear. It can be the light of pure love, the light of life itself, the light of peace, the light of universal energy, the light of your own deepest inner wisdom. You may imagine it as golden light, warm and soft like morning sun, or white gold light, bright but gentle, like divine peace surrounding you, or green light, like the color of renewal, nature, and quiet restoration. Or perhaps your body chooses another color today. Trust that. The body often knows what it needs before the mind can explain it. This light is not here to force the body to become well immediately. It is not here to pressure you. It is not a replacement for loving medical care, nourishment, rest, or practical support. It is a sacred inner practice, a way of saying to the body, "You are safe to receive love now." When you imagine healing light entering the body, you are creating an inner space where there is no judgment, no fear, no self-blame, no war against yourself. Only love embracing the places that have felt tense, forgotten, or afraid. Say gently within yourself, "My body is filled with healing, light, love, and peace." Let the words move slowly. You do not have to believe them perfectly. Just allow them to touch the body. Imagine the light beginning at the top of your head, softly flowing down over the face, the eyes, the jaw, the throat, the shoulders. Let it move into the chest, the heart, the arms, the hands. Let it move through the stomach, the back, the hips, the legs, the feet. You do not have to direct every cell. Love knows how to move. When the mind imagines something vividly, the body often responds with real feeling. If you remember a frightening moment, the body may tighten even though the event is not happening now. If you imagine a peaceful place, the breath may slow, the face may soften, the shoulders may drop. This is the beautiful relationship between mind and body. So when you imagine light, warmth, love, and safety moving through you, the body may begin to receive a new message. I am not under attack. I do not have to stay guarded. I can soften a little. This is why visualization can support healing. Not because it is magic that replaces everything else, but because it helps the body enter a state where restoration becomes easier. When fear is repeated all day, the body lives in a climate of alarm. When kindness is repeated, the inner climate begins to change. You may not see everything change at once. That is all right. Healing does not always shout. Sometimes healing begins as one soft breath, one unclenched hand, one moment when the body no longer feels hated by you. You can say, "I create an inner atmosphere where healing can happen." I love this thought. You are not trying to control every process inside you. The body has its own intelligence. It knows how to mend skin. It knows how to breathe while you sleep. It knows how to digest, repair, protect, renew, and communicate. You do not need to command every cell. Your part is to create a loving environment where the wisdom of the body feels supported. When you are frightened, the body can move into protection. It may tighten, brace, prepare, hold the breath, or stay alert. This is not wrong. It is the body trying to keep you safe. But if fear becomes the atmosphere you live in for too long, the body may become exhausted. It may forget what rest feels like. It may feel as if it must keep guarding a door even when the danger has passed. This is why relaxation is not laziness. Relaxation is a healing signal. It tells the body, for this moment, you can come out of battle. Imagine now that the healing light is warm. It touches the forehead and says, you do not have to think so hard. It touches the jaw and says, you can stop holding back every word. It touches the shoulders and says, you may put down what is not yours. It touches the heart and says, you are safe to receive love. It touches the stomach and says, you can digest life slowly. It touches the back and says, you are supported. It touches the legs and says, you can move forward in your own time. Say softly, I relax, and my body remembers how to heal. You are not forcing healing. You are allowing the body to remember. There is a difference. Force creates tension. Allowing creates space. And space is where the body can breathe. In this practice, you may also find old emotions rising, perhaps sadness, perhaps resentment, perhaps guilt, perhaps the grief of having pushed yourself too hard for too long, perhaps anger toward a body part that has been painful. If this happens, do not be afraid. Sometimes light reveals what has been held in the dark, not to punish you, to free you. Instead of saying, I hate this pain, try whispering, I send light to this place. I listen to this place. I will not abandon this place anymore. This is a holy change. I no longer attack my pain. I meet it with love. The attention moves from war to tenderness, from fear to care, from rejection to relationship. And when your inner relationship changes, the body often feels it. The pain may not vanish in an instant, but the loneliness around the pain begins to soften. The body is no longer suffering alone. My dear, love is the deepest healing energy because love does not force, it does not judge, it does not shout at the body to hurry. Love sits beside the body and says, I am here. We will go slowly. We will listen. We will receive support. We will rest. We will trust the wisdom within us. Fear makes the body contract. Love invites the body to open. So today, let this be your practice. Not to demand that the body change immediately, but to change the way you speak to the body, to raise your energy from fear into love, to fill every cell with a gentler atmosphere, to imagine light moving through you like a blessing. Say quietly, I raise my energy with love. Every cell receives peace. And then breathe. Let the light move. Let the body receive what it can receive today. All is well, my dear. Your body is listening. Your cells are listening. And healing begins in the moment you stop fighting yourself and begin loving yourself back into wholeness. Let me share this with you, my dear. Sometimes the body does not ask for a complicated answer. Sometimes it asks for warmth. Sometimes it asks for softness. Sometimes it asks for a color, a breath, a moment where you stop fighting it and begin to listen. And when we speak of healing light, we are not speaking of something far away from you. We are speaking of love made visible in the imagination. We are speaking of a gentle language the body can understand. We are speaking of a way to say to every part of yourself, "You are not alone anymore. I am here. I am listening. I am willing to love you back into peace." There is no perfect color you must choose. Please do not make even healing into another test. You do not have to ask, "Am I doing this correctly? Did I choose the right light? Is this the right shade?" The body is very wise. Often the first color that makes you breathe a little easier is the color you need for today. Tomorrow, it may be different. Healing is alive. Some days the body wants warmth. Some days it wants stillness. Some days it wants tenderness. Some days it wants cleansing. Some days it wants the feeling of being held. Golden light is beautiful when you need energy, warmth, faith, vitality, and the feeling that life is supporting you. You may imagine it like sunlight entering the body after a long winter. It does not rush. It does not shout. It simply warms what has become cold, awakens what has become tired, and reminds you that life force is still moving within you. If you have felt depleted, if you have felt like your inner fire is low, imagine golden light entering through the top of your head and moving slowly through the body, like morning sun touching every room in a quiet house. White gold light is beautiful when you need peace, cleansing, protection, and a feeling of purity and safety. You may imagine it surrounding the body like a soft, luminous field. It does not push anything away with fear. It simply says, "Only love belongs here now. Only peace belongs here now. Only what supports my highest good may remain." White gold light can feel like a sanctuary. It can wrap around the head, the heart, the stomach, the back, the whole body, and create a feeling that you are held in something larger than your worry. Green light is beautiful when the body needs soothing, balance, renewal, and gentle restoration. Green is the color of leaves, gardens, moss, new growth, and quiet healing. It is not dramatic. It is patient. It says we can grow again slowly. You might send green light to the heart when grief has made it tight, or to the stomach when life has been difficult to digest, or to any tense area that needs to soften. Let the green light be like nature entering you. Let it remind the body that renewal is natural. Blue light is beautiful when the emotions feel hot, when the mind is loud, when the nervous system feels overactive, when you need quiet, cooling, and mental peace. Imagine blue light like clear water or evening sky. It moves through the forehead, the jaw, the throat, the chest. It says you do not have to solve everything now. You may cool down. You may rest. You may let the mind become quiet. Blue light can be very soothing before sleep or after a day when too many thoughts have been speaking at once. Soft pink light is beautiful when you need self-love, forgiveness, inner child comfort, and the feeling of being gently held. Pink light does not demand strength from you. It mothers you. It says, even today, when you are tired, you are lovable. Even today, when you are not perfect, you are worthy. Even today, when you do not know what comes next, you are not abandoned. You might imagine soft pink light surrounding the younger part of you, the part that once felt unwanted, unseen, criticized, or alone. Let the pink light say, "I love you. I am here now." And if another color comes to you, let it purple, silver, rose gold, soft amber, clear light, a color you cannot even name. Trust the body, trust the heart, trust the image that brings relief. You may say, "My body knows the color of love it needs today." This is such a gentle sentence. It gives the body permission to guide. You do not need to control the whole healing process. You can cooperate with it. Your body has been cooperating with life since the first breath. It has done millions of things without waiting for your conscious command. The heart beats, the lungs breathe, blood moves, cells renew, wounds close. The immune system watches and adjusts. The body digests, filters, repairs, protects, adapts, and serves in silence. Even when you are disappointed in your body, it is still working for you. Even when you are afraid of your body, it is still trying to protect you. Even when it is tired, it is not betraying you. It is communicating. So instead of asking only, "What is wrong with my body?" ask also, "What is my body trying to protect me from? What does it need more of? What has it carried too long? Where have I not listened? Where have I pushed past its limits? Where can I bring more love?" These questions are kinder. They invite partnership instead of war. You can say, "I trust the wisdom of my body. My body is always working for my good." Perhaps that feels difficult at first. If you have been in pain, if you have been tired, if you have been afraid, trusting the body may not come easily. That is all right. Do not force yourself. Begin with willingness. I am willing to trust my body a little more. I am willing to listen. I am willing to stop calling my body an enemy. Willingness is a beautiful beginning. And when you listen more deeply, you may begin to feel the connection between the body and the heart. Again, this is not about blaming yourself for illness or pain. Please hear this clearly, my dear. We do not use spiritual ideas to create guilt. We use them to create love, awareness, and support. The body deserves care on every level: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. But sometimes, when the body hurts, the heart is hurting too. Sometimes, a physical ache has walked beside a long emotional burden. Sometimes, tension has lived with resentment. Sometimes, tiredness has lived with sadness that has not been allowed to cry. Sometimes, pain has lived beside years of self-criticism. Sometimes, the body has been holding words the heart never spoke. So do not ask only, "Where does my body hurt?" Ask also, "Where does my heart hurt? What emotion have I held too long? Who am I still angry with? What grief did I rush past because I had to be strong? What part of myself do I keep judging? Where do I need forgiveness? Where do I need permission to stop carrying the past?" You might place a hand on the heart and say, "I listen beneath the symptom. I listen for the feeling that wants love." There may be a feeling under the tension, a memory under the fatigue, a sadness under the tightness, a fear under the ache. Do not go searching with panic. Listen as you would listen to a child who is finally ready to speak, slowly, kindly, without interruption. Sometimes the feeling that wants love is resentment. Resentment can feel powerful for a while because it keeps the story alive. It says, I remember what happened. I remember how unfair it was. I remember who hurt me. And yes, some things were unfair. Some things hurt deeply. Some things should not have happened. Forgiveness does not deny that. Forgiveness is not saying what happened was acceptable. Forgiveness is not returning to a situation that harmed you. Forgiveness is not pretending you were not wounded. Forgiveness is not letting someone back into your life simply because you want to be spiritual. Forgiveness is untying yourself from the past, so the past no longer has permission to live inside your cells every day. Resentment is like holding a poison in your own body while hoping the other person will feel it. But very often, the body holding it is yours. The chest becomes tight, the stomach burns, the jaw hardens. The mind replays, the heart cannot fully rest, and the old event continues to happen inside you long after it happened outside you. So forgiveness, when you are ready, becomes a gift you give to your body. You may imagine soft pink light or white gold light surrounding the heart. You may imagine this light not forcing forgiveness, but making space for it. And you may say, I release you and I release myself. I am free now. Say it only when it feels true enough to begin. You do not have to rush. Some forgiveness happens in layers. Today you release one thread, tomorrow another. The body understands gentle progress. You might say, I release the need to carry this story in my body, or I do not let the past continue living in my cells, or I free my heart from the old wound, one breath at a time. This is not for the other person. This is for your breath, your sleep, your nervous system, your heart, your future, your peace. And perhaps the deepest healing lesson of all is unconditional love for yourself. Many people love the body only when it behaves, when it is thin enough, strong enough, young enough, energetic enough, beautiful enough, productive enough, obedient enough. But when the body is tired, aging, hurting, changing, slowing down, or asking for care, they withdraw love. They say, I will love you when you are better. I will love you when you look different. I will love you when you stop needing so much. I will love you when you are healed. But my dear, love delayed until healing is complete is not healing. Love is part of the healing. My love for myself is not delayed until I am healed. My love is part of the healing. You do not have to wait until you feel perfect to be gentle with yourself. You do not have to wait until the body changes before you speak kindly to it. You do not have to wait until every emotion is calm before you place a hand on your heart and say, I am here. This is where mirror work can become very powerful. Stand before the mirror if you can, or simply place your hand on your heart if looking in the mirror feels too tender today. Look at yourself with less criticism than usual. Even a little less is enough. And say, I love you exactly as you are today. I am here with you. I will not abandon you. If tears come, let them. Those tears may be the body recognizing that love has finally arrived without conditions. Perhaps the body has waited a long time to hear this. Perhaps it has heard complaints, judgments, comparisons, impatience. Perhaps it has been treated like a project, a problem, or an obstacle. Today, let it be a beloved companion. Say, even today when you are tired, you are worthy of love. Even today when you are healing, you are worthy of care. Even today, when you do not look or feel the way you wish you did, I am not leaving you. Now, Let us move into practice. If you are sitting, feel the chair beneath you. If you are lying down, feel the bed or floor supporting you. Let the surface beneath your body hold you. You do not have to hold yourself up all alone. Feel the weight of the body being received. Let the forehead soften. Let the eyes rest. Let the jaw loosen. Let the neck release. Let the shoulders drop away from the ears. Let the chest soften. Let the belly be allowed to be a belly. Let the hips become heavy. Let the legs rest. Let the hands open. Let the feet release. Take a slow breath in and imagine healing light entering through the crown of your head. It may be golden, white gold, green, blue, pink, or any color your body chooses. As you breathe out, let the light flow down through the head, the throat, the shoulders. With the next breath, let it move into the heart, the lungs, the arms, the hands. With the next breath, let it move into the stomach, the back, the hips. With the next breath, let it move through the legs, the knees, the calves, the ankles, the feet. Say to the body, "You are safe now. You may soften. You may receive." Let the body receive only what it can today. No pressure, no demand, just permission. The first door of healing is relaxation. Not because relaxation fixes everything instantly, but because a softened body can listen, receive, repair, and rest more deeply than a body at war. Now imagine billions of cells inside you, like tiny rooms, each with a little doorway. Some rooms are bright, some are tired, some have been closed for a long time, some are afraid to open. And the healing light does not break the doors down. It knocks softly. It says, "May I enter?" And when each cell is ready, it opens even a little, and a drop of light enters. A drop of golden light, a drop of white gold peace, a drop of green renewal, a drop of blue quiet, a drop of pink tenderness. Let the body choose. The places in pain are not attacked. They are held. The places in fatigue are not forced. They are allowed to rest. The places in fear are not driven away. They are comforted. You may repeat gently, as if speaking to every cell. Every cell in my body is filled with healing energy and light. Every cell knows how to return to balance. Every cell receives love. Every cell releases fear. Every cell is safe in the light of love. Let there be silence between the sentences. Let the body feel the words. Imagine the light not only around the body, but inside the body, in the blood, in the bones, in the muscles, in the organs, in the skin, in the breath, in the places you understand and the places you do not. The light does not need your perfect direction. Love is intelligent. It knows where to go. And if you would like, you can practice this for 7 days. On the first day, use white gold light for safety and cleansing. Let it surround the whole body and say, "I am safe to release what I no longer need." On the second day, use green light for balance and soothing. Let it move into the heart, the stomach, and any tense place. On the third day, use golden light for energy and faith. Let it warm the body like sunlight returning. On the fourth day, use soft pink light for self-love and the inner child. Let it hold the younger part of you who once felt unloved. On the fifth day, use blue light for mental peace and sleep. Let it cool the thoughts and quiet the nervous system. On the sixth day, Let light enter the part of the body that most needs to be heard. Do not choose with fear. Choose with tenderness. On the seventh day, imagine the entire body becoming a field of light, gratitude, forgiveness, and receiving. Each day, repeat gently, I create a healing atmosphere inside my body. That is your part. Not to control every process, not to demand instant change, not to fight the body into wellness. Your part is to create an atmosphere of love, safety, trust, rest, forgiveness, and support. The body has wisdom. Give it a loving place to work. And as you do this, something may begin to change in the way you breathe. Maybe not all at once. Maybe quietly. The shoulders may soften sooner. The jaw may release a little. The heart may feel less alone. The body may begin to trust that you are no longer only criticizing it, pushing it, fearing it, or ignoring it. You are becoming a loving presence within your own skin. My dear, your body has been with you since your first breath. It has endured, adapted, protected, and served in silence. It has carried you through grief, joy, fear, hope, work, change, love, loss, and beginnings. Today, stop seeing the body only as a problem. See it as a friend who needs to be held. See it as a home asking for warmth. See it as a sacred companion asking you to speak more gently. Healing light is not far away. It is the love you allow yourself to receive. It is the breath you stop holding. It is the kind sentence you send into the place you once judged. It is forgiveness flowing through the heart. It is gratitude softening the body. It is the moment you say, I will not abandon myself today. If you are ready to send healing light to every cell in your body, write it. My body is filled with healing light. And now, say this with me, slowly and lovingly. Every cell in my body is filled with healing energy and light. I forgive, I release, I receive. My body is safe. My heart is open. My energy is restored. All is well in my world. Life loves you. Your body is listening. Let the light in. And so it is.